Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Castle, home of your Lakeside Lancers, for tonight's broadcast of your Lakeside Lancers taking on Vista del Lago and the Ravens. Your Lakeside Lancers are currently 4-0 on the season so far, with an impressive come-from-behind victory last week by a score of 32-26. Excellent game at the especially at the end of the game. Joining us in the broadcast is Coach Gilliland. Coach, what have you kind of been seeing so far in terms of the performance of your Lakeside Lancers?
Well, so far this season they've been opportunistic. I think that's something that we really haven't seen teams in the recent past, especially. One of the things that I know in talking with defensive coordinator Ed Rayford recently is he wants to see his defense tighten some things up, especially heading into the bye week, and then with league approaching, the offense is doing its job putting points on the board, but the last few weeks the defense has lost some of that early momentum they had, pitching a couple of really impressive opening defensive performances in the first two games. So we'll see what happens tonight. Vista del Lago's had a rough go of it early on in the year, and in all honesty, this should be one that Lakeside can take care of.
And thinking about Adrian Burt is number 2 in the Riverside County rankings. He is just about 104 yards shy of 1,000 yards so far. And he's scored 13 touchdowns. What do you think of Adrian's performance so far this season?
Well, I think the last time we were together, we talked about this quite a bit. He's the bell cow. You know, the offense, the zone running offense that they have, is predicated on giving him the ball 20-plus times a game, and the offensive line's more athletic than they've been in the past, so his opportunities inside are larger than they've been. And I think that if you talk to Coach Mark Chandler, he's probably more worried about trajectory for the team right now as they head into the bye week and head into league than he is necessarily the performance specifically tonight. Because again, this on paper is a game that Lakeside should win, and win pretty handily, but you need to still execute well against the team that you should beat. Absolutely.
And thinking also about as you mentioned, the performance of the defense, that Coach Chandler was kind of talking about. There was some technique issues involved. That he saw that in the first half of their last home game, there was a lot of arm tackling going on. There was a lot of the high tackling going on, and not necessarily people taking care of the tackling down low to prevent the big play from happening. Is that kind of what you're seeing in terms of technique on defense, and maybe kind of buttoning some of those things up when we get to the league season?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd completely agree with that statement. One of the things the last time we were together that we saw a lot of was just poor technique and tackling. And when we played Canyon Springs at home the last time around, they had the athletes to take advantage of that. In speaking with defensive coordinator, again, Ed Rayford, he had mentioned that tackling needs to be better, not just tonight, but going forward. And again, that's one of those areas of growth that this team, even though there's quite a few seniors, this team needs to continue to improve on if they want to have hope of carrying on their strong performances in the preseason into league.
So what's been your read so far in terms of the overall league performance? So when we're looking at teams like Temescal Canyon and teams like Elsinore High School, teams like Heritage, what's been your read so far on some of the things that you've seen with the other teams in the league?
Well, so far, in all honesty, it's status quo, really. Elsinore has started well. They're 4-0. Temescal Canyon is 2-2, winning 2 games that they should have won and losing 2 games that perhaps could have gone either way, but with some different bounces and a couple of injuries for them. Heritage, for my money, is far and away the best team in the league, one of the best teams in the division. And I just think that we are going to be in a situation here at Lakeside where we are going to need to perform incredibly well each week. And if we can grab that third automatic qualifying playoff spot somehow, this would be a team that I think could make a little bit of noise in the division that we're in down there in Division 11.
All right, folks, so we're about ready for kickoff. So hang with us as we get ready for tonight's contest. Again, your Lakeside Lancers playing their last pre-league game, taking on Vista del Lago and the Ravens. And we're going to see if the Lancers can continue off this fine season by gaining that 5-0 record heading into league play. So hang with us, folks, as we get to kickoff. Receiving the kickoff. Receiving the kickoff for the Lancers was...
That was Brandon going backwards to pick that one
Paul
up.
Brandon on the kickoff return. Paul Brandon on the kickoff return for the Lancers takes the ball to the 33-yard line. 1st and 10, Lancers.
That's one of those things that you teach kids, or try to teach kids, right from the beginning, is on punts and kickoffs. If you have to go backwards, unless you're the last guy back there, you let somebody else pick it up.
Exactly right.
You always want to be going forward.
So now the Lancers start off 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Still good field position, though. You'll take that.
Dylan Baumhoff hands off to Adrian Burr, who then hands off to...
That's Gilbert Vasquez running out there.
Big gain on 1st down, all the way out to the 40-yard line.
I like to see that every now and
Gilbert
then.
Vasquez, the ball carrier,
the
takes
ball
the ball
to a guy
to the
that otherwise doesn't get a ton
40-yard
of touches. He blocks and blocks and blocks and blocks in this offense, and it's nice to see him get a chance to tote the rock a little bit.
Ball is spotted at the 41-yard line. 1st and 10, Lancers. So pretty good opening play. Again, Adrian Burke gets the handoff, goes to the right side and up the middle, passes the 30-yard line, tackle down at about the 27-yard line. Adrian Burke, the ball carrier, tackled at the 27-yard line.
That's good zone action there by the right side of the line.
Lancers.
Adrian did a good job of seeing a seam there. I think that's McGuire Cole out there at right tackle. Did a great job getting a seal on the edge, and Adrian saw it, stuck his foot in the ground, and planted hard.
Again, Adrian Burt gets the handoff, runs it straight up the middle to the 22-yard line. Adrian Burt, the ball carrier, tackled down at the 22-yard line. Gain of 6 yards. Brings up 2nd down and 4. So a little trickery so far to open up, and then we're back to just straight handoffs. Dylan Baumhoff carries it up the middle, goes inside the 10-yard line down to the 4.
I tell you what, the offensive line this year is far more athletic than they've been in a very long time.
1st and goal, Lancers.
They pulled the backside of the offensive line, both guard and tackle pulled, and Baumhoff had a huge seam up the middle to run through.
Adrian Burke gets a handoff, jumps for the end zone, and he's in. Touchdown! Touchdown! Lakeside Lancers!
Pretty good opening drive there. You like to see make a statement. You get the ball, go down 6, 7, 8 plays, get points on the board. Everything positive on that drive too. No negative plays. That's going to be a key for Lakeside tonight, eliminating those negative plays.
Andres Banda on to attempt the point after touchdown. And a little bit of movement, which necessitates a flag. Penalty flag on the play. Offsides against Vista del Lago. Penalty is declined. So Andres Banda again on to attempt the point after touchdown. Snap is good, kick is up, and it is good. Andres Banda, point after touchdown is good. With 10 minutes and 26 seconds remaining in the first quarter, Vista del Lago 0, your Lakeside Lancers 7. So again, Coach G, that was a no-nonsense drive. You just handed off the ball to Adrian Burt. You did a little bit of trickery there on that first play, got a big chunk of yards. And as you mentioned, the offensive line is doing the job. They're clearing the path for those runners. Dylan Baumhoff getting a few yards there on that drive. So
yeah, that's going to be something that they're going to have to continue to do with Baumhoff, and they're going to have to find ways to mix up the running game, because it's no secret that Lakeside's going to run the ball. With a sophomore quarterback and with Adrian Burt, it's no secret that he's going to get the ball. What they need to continue to do, though, is mix it up, because as we get into league, more disciplined defenses, better teams are going to be able to take things away. So they're going to have to continue to mix in runs with Baumhoff and some of the trick plays.
So number 5, Marcus Ayala with the kickoff return. Marcus Ayala on the kickoff return tackled out of bounds at the 22-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Ravens. So we were talking about before the game, Coach G, that the Ravens are going to come out with kind of some similar setups, some similar offensive schemes that we were looking at with Canyon Springs that we saw. What's kind of your assessment of their ability to do kind of some of the same damage that Canyon Springs was able to put on us in the first half of that game 2 weeks ago?
Well, I think with Canyon Springs, it came down to just having a special athlete there at quarterback. And so Vista del Lago, I'm not sure, has that. But looks like a little miscommunication there on that first down run. But we'll have to see how this plays out.
Saul Torres, the ball carrier, tackled in the backfield for a loss. Ball is spotted at the 19-yard line.
Vista del Lago's a team, I mean, like most high school teams, they can't afford negative plays. They got to get going forward, because most high school teams aren't built in such a way that they can manage 2nd and 13 like they've got facing them here. Oh.
Another fumble on the play. Big loss. That's twice in a row now that Vista del Lago has fumbled the snap.
Looked like the quarterback was trying to throw a hot route. He saw man-on-man press coverage out there and thought that his guy could beat the Lakeside DB out there, and he just went back to throw. The ball just slipped out of his hands.
All right, so it brings up 3rd and long for the Ravens. Pass is batted down.
That was a great play by Lamasatelli right there. Saleh jumped that route. They tried to hit a quick slant over the middle, and Lamasatelli jumped that route. Good reaction there.
Vista del Lago pass is broken up by Saleh Lamasatelli. Brings up 4th down.
See, being early in the game like this, I wouldn't be surprised, although it doesn't look like it, I wouldn't be surprised if Lakeside tried to come after this punt. They've got Vista del Lago backed up deep here. It looked like they only had 10 guys out on the field. Their punter's looking back there saying, hey, coach, I'm missing a guy. So Vista del Lago's got to call a timeout.
Timeout, Ravens. So Vista del Lago's quarterback's wearing number 2. Unless we have an update here on Max Preps, I'm going to assume that the starting quarterback there for Vista del Lago is number 2, Demarion Session, 5'11" sophomore quarterback.
Yeah,
Again, we'll get an update on that.
That's tough tough to make guesses there.
Yeah, you know, it's funny, Coach G, that we're totally dependent on you know, other teams providing us rosters, and we pretty much know what's going on with our team, but you know, sometimes it's a lot of guesswork. So we apologize if we're not getting the numbers right, but again, we're working on some limited information.
Yeah.
So hang with us, folks. We're pretty confident that we kind of know what's going on out there, but you know, we're not exactly experts in all things. So doing the best job we can.
Tell you what, I don't know if Lakeside jumped or if that was a false snap there, but they are definitely coming after this kick. This is one of those things that if Vista del Lago's not careful, this could get away from them in a hurry.
So it looks like that was a false start on the offense. So they're gonna push them back even farther. So let's see how this is gonna work out. The punter's all the way almost to the end line. And he did get the kick away. Kind of rolls out of bounds about the 26-yard line.
Short field for Lakeside here. They have to turn this into points. This should be a touchdown here.
Ravens punt goes to the 25-yard line. Would be spotted at the 24. First and 10 Lancers. Okay, so the Lancers get their second drive inside the 25-yard line. Handoff goes to Adrian Burt, who takes it up the middle, then cuts out to the left side, and he is going to score. Touchdown! Touchdown, Lakeside Lancers! Adrian Burt scores his second touchdown of the game. And like you said, Coach, looks like things are going to get kind of out of hand in a hurry.
Yeah, Vista del Lago's kind of smallish up front, and even though Lakeside's not big, you know, we're not huge up front. We've got a bit of a size advantage, and that, you know, again, we've had better line play this year than we've had in recent years, and better execution and more athleticism, and this could not bode well for Vista del Lago up front.
And Andre Banda's kick goes off of the left upright and is no good. Andres Banda point after touchdown is no good. With 8 minutes and 35 seconds remaining in the first quarter, Vista del Lago 0, your Lakeside Lancers 13. And maybe this is sort of good news for the Lancers. I mean, maybe we're looking at a situation here where, you know, you get the score up pretty quick. Then you don't have to give Adrian Burt 36 carries to win the game for you.
Well, that shouldn't be necessary tonight. But, you know, again, your hope in a game like this is that you can technically be sound. You obviously want to come away with a victory, but then that you can almost get a head start on your bye week, as terrible as that is to say. But, you know, you get guys rested, and
kickoff is returned by Marcus Ayala. He takes the ball up to the 22-yard line, is tackled down by a host of Lancers. Marcus Ayala on the kickoff return takes it out to the 22-yard line. First and 10, Ravens.
Yeah, I think if you're the coaching staff tonight for Lakeside, you're looking at specific things, things that you know you need to improve, perhaps from last week, or things that you know you need to clean up going forward.
Penalty is against the Ravens. Ball will go half the distance to the goal, be set up at the 10-yard line. First and 10, Vista del Lago. So again, the Ravens are backed up pretty deep in their own territory, right at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, hopefully they can get something positive going. I mean, obviously, we'd like to see Lakeside win. However, you hate to see a team just horrifically overmatched and blown out in the very, very early going.
Mr. Del Lago's pass is incomplete. Second down and 10.
We'll see what happens here. I know Lakeside's got a couple of guys that have been nursing some injuries. We'll see. I don't know when Seth is supposed to come back, and I don't know if he makes it. I mean, it's been, this is week 5 now for him that he's been out.
Yeah.
Still got that walking boot on, but who knows whether or not that the extra time will allow him to maybe be healthy for league.
Vista del Lago handoff goes to number 24. Taitioni Lang. Loss of about a yard on the play brings up third down and 11. Yeah, you can even see the purpose in the defensive scheme here. You can see that there's a lot of low tackling, which is what we like to see in terms of technique. One of the receivers for Vista del Lago decided to take off there in his route before the ball was snapped. So backing them up even further.
They don't allow head starts in football. They frown upon that.
Exactly right, Coach. Exactly right. No cheating is allowed unless, of course, you play for the New England Patriots. Then you can do all the cheating you want.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Big pass down the right-hand side, deflected up in the air, and is incomplete. Vista del Lago's pass along the sideline is incomplete. Brings up fourth down.
You can tell schematically from what DC Ed Rayford's group is doing here, you can tell schematically that they do not respect Vista del Lago's ability to throw the football, because they are playing press man coverage the entire way across all of their receivers and loading up the box. So schematically, they saw something this week when they were looking at film that caused them to make those changes or make those adjustments.
Number 54, Caleb Peralta, he's back deep in his end zone to kick the punt. Goes up in the air, taken by RJ Pukari, who muffs the punt. Several guys are scrambling for the football.
Still loose, my
Still
goodness.
Loose. Pile of tons of players over there. Don't have an indication yet from the referees who has the football.
At some point, yeah, but we need it written down.
They're having a little dialogue session over there, trying to figure out what's going on.
Honestly, in a scrum like that, a lot of times it ends up who's got the ball last, but these guys aren't in the NFL, and so they're not fighting and clawing even after the whistle.
Yeah.
So we've got no idea.
It looks like the offensive unit is out there on the field for the Lancers.
It looks like Vista del Lago's offense is out there too, though. Oh, maybe not. Now they've run some different bodies out there.
Let's put 2 footballs out there and let's just have some fun, huh?
Yeah.
Referees are trotting to either sideline. Still no indication of what's happening here.
Yeah, it looks like Lakeside's going to keep the ball.
Ball is placed at the 38-yard line. Everybody's still kind of standing around looking like they don't know what's going on. It's kind of interesting. Lancers have the ball, 1st and 10 for the 38-yard line. Dylan Baumhoff goes back, scrambles to the right, and then is taken down past midfield.
I don't disagree with the play calling there because, again, we know what we're going to get from Adrian. I realize it's 1st down. Why are you dropping back and passing the ball? But at the same time, you've got to get this sophomore kid work, especially if Seth is not going to be healthy going forward. And also, Dylan's got to stay in the pocket. The Vista del Lago DN came screaming upfield. All he needs to do is step up, help his tackle out a little bit there, because Steele out there at right tackle, or I think that might be McGuire Cole, he had his body positioned well to be able to do something there.
Dylan Baumhoff's pass complete to number 20, Gilberto Alvarez.
Lakeside runs a lot of those slip screens and bubble screens to their wide receivers and tries to get them out in space. They usually do a really, really good job blocking for each other.
Ball is spotted at the 48-yard line. 3rd down and 20. Handoff goes to Adrian Burt, who spins around the tackle and is taken down at the 42-yard line.
Ran
Adrian
into his
Burt, the
own
ball
man
carrier.
there. Otherwise, I think he's got more room to run.
Fourth down and 14 for the Lancers. It looks like they're going to go for it.
Yeah, I don't think they respect Vista del Lago's ability to move the ball too much, so this could just end up looking like a long punt.
Again, Adrian Burt takes a handoff to the left side and
Or
goes all the way down to the 18-yard line. Adrian Burt, the ball carrier, tackled down at the 18-yard line. 1st and 10, Lancers. Looks like we got a timeout called.
Vista del Lago called another one, so.
Timeout. Timeout, Ravens.
One of the things that Lakeside's doing a little bit differently tonight, at least that I've seen so far, is they're really playing with the splits of their wide receivers. Their base package is a 41 package with 1 back and 4 wide receivers, but they're adjusting their splits dramatically at times, giving, at least from up here, an idea of what play call might be coming.
Touch, please, ladies and gentlemen. The Culture Club is asking for donations for their Relay for Life team. Everything helps reach the goal, so make sure you stop by the Culture Club table and make your donations for Relay for Life. Dylan Baumhoff takes the snap and then hands off to Adrian Burt, who's just rumbling down to inside the 5-yard line. Adrian Burt, the ball carrier, tackled inside the 5-yard line. 1st and goal, Lancers.
To me, that's when Adrian's at his best, is when he's going downhill like that. Get those shoulder pads turned. I realize he's got some speed, but...
Touchdown! Touchdown, Lakeside Lancers!
I don't think it's going to stand. I think we got a hold out there on a wide receiver, on Brandon out there on the edge. He looked like he had spun around the corner pretty badly, so I think this one's going to end up coming back.
Yeah, you're right. The referees did congregate there right around the goal line.
I see a couple of flags out there, actually.
There is a penalty flag on the play. call will be a holding penalty against the Lancers.
Looks like there may have been something else as well. There had to have been something said. There are 2 flags out there. So there was either a personal foul penalty and a hold, or a hold that a receiver disagreed with, ran his mouth, and then got flagged for unsportsmanlike.
There are 2 penalties on the play, so we got a holding against the Lancers and an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against the Lancers. The ball will be spotted at the 26-yard line. Be first and goal. So first and goal from the 26-yard line. You know.
Yeah.
Maybe
again,
this is an opportunity for Adrian to get over his 1,000 yards right here, and after this penalty, these series of penalties.
Yeah.
So again, to open the game, Adrian was about 104 yards away from 1,000 yards. He's already the career rushing leader in Lancer
I don't know if we have
history.
100 yards of offense yet, though. We've been playing on short fields all night long.
Exactly.
But although, in all honesty, we've been dealing with short fields, and Adrian's been doing most of the heavy lifting. What do we got the officials over here talking now?
Yeah, I got a feeling, Coach, that this is going to be a long broadcast tonight.
Well, I hate to say this, but hopefully we get up on them big and get a running clock in the second half.
Yeah, I think that's where this is probably going to be heading.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a refreshing situation when you consider that a few years ago it was pretty much every game was a running clock against us, and so you know it's kind of a nice change. Adrian Burke gets a handoff, goes to the right side, carries the ball inside the 15-yard line, and shoved out of bounds into a golf cart. Now, why there's a golf cart there on the sideline, I have no idea.
Especially there. That doesn't. I mean, there's golf carts out there. I get why they're on the field, why they are down there. But put them on the track. The chances of a kid running into it on the track are much slimmer than when they're only 5 or 6 yards off of the field of play. It's a good. I mean, Adrian doesn't look any worse for wear, but that could have been a massive
right?
blow.
So there was a penalty against Vista del Lago on that play. Penalty is against Vista del Lago for tackling out of bounds. Second down and goal. Adrian Burke gets the handoff, takes it inside the 5-yard line. Adrian Burke, the ball carrier, tackled down at the 3-yard line. Third down and goal. Yeah, as you mentioned, Coach, Adrian doesn't look too banged up or anything, so sigh of relief, I guess. Touchdown!
In for another score.
Touchdown, Lakeside Lancers!
One of the things about it, and I know obviously you want to have early season successes, but one of the things that, unfortunately playing the schedule that they played early in the year, there's not a lot of preparation that goes into a game like this. Or I shouldn't say not preparation, because it's not like the kids aren't working hard during the week and the coaches aren't building game plans, but this game doesn't necessarily help Lakeside in their league slate.
Andres Banda, point after touchdown, is good. With 3 minutes and 47 seconds left in the first quarter, Vista del Lago 0, your Lakeside Lancers 20.
Yeah, Lakeside, after the bye week, opens with a brutal stretch to league. They've got Heritage at home, Paloma Valley at home, and then at Temescal Canyon for their first 3 league games, excuse me.
Yeah, when you consider that, you know, Lakeside is, you know, playing in Division 11 CIF, and then you're looking at some teams that are playing in much bigger divisions that are in your league.
Last I checked, I think Heritage is the number 1 or 2 team in Division 2. And, you know, Paloma Valley, I believe, is a Division 4 or 5 team. And Elsinore and Temescal Canyon are both in higher divisions.
Vista Del Lago takes the kickoff out to the 16-yard line. Ball will be spotted actually at the 18-yard line. 1st and 10, Ravens. And this is kind of an interesting topic to bring up, but, you know, here you have Vista Del Lago. They're actually ranked in Division 9. Not ranked necessarily, but they're placed in Division 9. 2 divisions ahead of Lakeside. It's just kind of an interesting setup here in terms of...
Yeah, I still think that's a work in progress
setup.
that CIF is still trying to figure out the divisional alignments, because 2 years ago when they went to this, or I guess it would have been at the end of last year when they went to this new alignment, you know, it is a work in progress.
This Del Lago pass is incomplete. We get a penalty.
Yeah,
flag
it looked
there.
like I think we're probably going to get a 15-yarder on RJ Pukiri there on a hit on a defenseless receiver, and came over there late and put a lick on a guy he really didn't need to.
There's a penalty flag on the play.
Yeah, a hit on a defenseless player. Honestly, if he would have picked his head up, he could have had an interception, but he was more looking at the receiver than he was the ball. And I think that is, you know, they got to keep the kids safe. That's what the officials are looking for, and I get that, because that wasn't one of those bang bang plays.
No,
that was one of those things that he definitely had the opportunity to make a different decision.
Personal foul penalty against the Lancers puts the ball at the 33-yard line. 1st and 10, Ravens. Looked like some movement on the right side of the line before the snap. Referees didn't pick up on it. Running back for Vista Del Lago takes the ball straight up the middle. Ball is spotted at the 39-yard line. Ravens take the ball to the 39-yard line. Gain of 6 yards in the play brings up 2nd down and 4. Handoff goes to number 24.
It's a good job by Isaiah Uridia there, shedding that block. He ripped through the pulling tackle there and was able to maintain his positioning, make a tackle there for a really short gain.
Tyshawn Lang, the carry. Tyshawn Lang, the ball carrier, takes the ball to the 40-yard line. 3rd down and 3. So here's the Ravens' opportunity to possibly get back into this game, maybe sustain a drive here. Other than some penalties here, this would be basically the first first down that they would get on offense if they're able to convert on this 3rd down and 3 play. Vista Del Lago pass is complete. Vista del Lago pass is complete. Goes out of bounds at the 45-yard line, 1st and 10 Ravens.
It's kind of a little bit of a busted play there, but, you know.
So I'm going to do some logic here, Coach. We got two number 13s listed. One of the 13s is positioned as quarterback, and so I'm going to make an assumption here that Kenneth Fields is the starting quarterback here for the Ravens. Doesn't factor in this play because the Ravens running back, number 24, Tyshawn Lang, takes the ball out to past midfield inside the 45-yard line to the 44. Tyshawn Lang, the ball carrier, takes the ball to the 44-yard line of the Lancers, 1st and 10.
So here's something that I know I just picked up on that, and again, you're trying to find things to help your kids with, to coach your kids up on. Free safety Jalen McGee came flying up from his position to make a tackle there, and his technique was pretty poor, and that's going to be something that I think Coach Ed Rayford's going to pick up on and instruct the young sophomore on being better, you know, technically sound, because that tackle that he just missed is going to come back to bite them in league.
Tyshawn Lang, the ball carrier. No gain on the play, 2nd down and 10.
He is only a sophomore, though, so.
Kenneth Fields goes to the left side, tosses it down the field. Ball is tipped and intercepted.
Is that Brandon there? Yeah, it's tip drill. Paul Brandon with the interception.
Paul Brandon on the interception.
Tell you what, that doesn't happen with Wyatt Steele put the left tackle from Vista del Lago right on his back and ran him over, and that caused the quarterback to run out of the pocket and throw off balance. That was that was pretty impressive, again, by another sophomore, big sophomore. But that was pretty impressive.
Paul Brandon on the interception. Ball is spotted at the 31-yard line. 1st and 10 Lancers. Okay, so here's the Lancers with another opportunity. 4th drive of the game.
3 for 3 on all their possessions so far. 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns. Seems to be a bit of confusion going on. Not quite sure what's going on. There was a whistle there, and about half the Lakeside offensive line stood up and turned around.
Dylan Baumhoff keeps it, spins around, tackle down for a loss on the play. Dylan Baumhoff, the ball carrier. Loss of 3 yards on the play, brings up 2nd down and 13.
Not quite sure what happened there. That play looked like it was going nowhere right from the beginning. We got another stoppage.
Yeah, Baumhoff has been doing a pretty decent job in taking those keepers right up the middle, and that time he attempted to go to the left side, and it, like you said, Coach, didn't look like it was happening for him. Adrian Burt's going to get out to the 31-yard line.
Looks like he's pretty close to the original line of scrimmage, so we're going to get the end of the quarter here, and Lakeside's going to have a 3rd and 10 to start the 2nd quarter.
Adrian Burt, the ball carrier, tackled at the 31-yard line. And that's the end of the 1st quarter.
At least we think it's the end of the 1st quarter. The officials are having a conversation about something again.
All right, folks, so at the end of the 1st quarter, Vista del Lago 0, your Lakeside Lancers 20. Right, so the Lancers are coming onto the field to start the second quarter. They're faced with a 3rd down and 10.
I think you got to try and throw the ball here just for repetition's sake. But who am I?
So they do a little reverse play.
Oh. And tripped up by a shoestring.
And that's
Alvarez.
Yeah, Gilberto Alvarez on that little reverse. Tackled at the 39-yard line. Gilberto Alvarez, the ball carrier, tackled at the 39-yard line. 4th down.
Lakeside just doesn't think that Vista del Lago can stop them, so they're going to go for it here.
And Adrian Bird takes the handoff, but he's going the wrong direction and goes out of bounds short of the 1st down yardage needed.
See, again, there's one for me there where Adrian needs to realize down and distance, understand what's been happening in this game so far. He tried to stretch that thing, and this is I think he got a pretty favorable spot, but I don't believe he got the 1st down, and he could get bailed out here, but he's got to get his shoulders going upfield. He's too powerful of a runner to keep trying to stretch everything to the outside.
Yeah, and it seems like
knowledge of down and distance.
Yeah,
there.
and it looked like the offensive line had blocked off tackle there pretty well. There was a lane, but he chose not to go up that lane, and like I said, like you mentioned, he's just heading toward the sideline, and appears that he did not get the yardage.
Yeah, and he went straight over to Chandler, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's what Chandler's saying. And he was patting his chest like he knew he had made a mistake. But again, those are the types of things that you show in film tomorrow, and you say, in 2 weeks when we've got Heritage, this is not an okay mistake to make, because you won't get those opportunities again against a better football team.
Adrian Burt, the ball carrier, yardage is not enough for a 1st down. Vista del Lago takes over on downs. Ball spotted at the 41-yard line. 1st and 10 Ravens. Big throw down the side. Oh, wow.
That's going to be offensive pass interference there. Looked like Pukiri was in a decent shot to make a play on that ball, and 21 just reached out and grabbed him by the shoulder pad.
Penalty flag on the play. Yeah, and the receiver, it looked like he kind of hurt himself. He basically pulled R.J. Pukiri right on top of himself.
Yeah.
And kind of messed himself up somehow.
Yeah, Lakeside's MO defensively has been to bring pressure, and it doesn't seem like anything's changing. And the official marked off a pass interference penalty the wrong direction. So all the players on Lakeside are saying, hey, you're going the wrong way, man. Let's go the other direction. It's all right. It's been a long week. It's been a long week. And the fans in the stand give a mock cheer.
Pass interference against the Ravens. Ball is spotted at the 44-yard line. 1st and 25. Another long pass down the left sideline. Ball is thrown out of bounds.
Pukiri's doing a pretty good job running with the receivers out there. I mean, he's got some speed, and it just seems that Vista del Lago's just running guys on vertical routes, the 9 route, just telling them to go. And right now, that's just not working. It's not holding up protection-wise, and they haven't been successful yet trying to throw those deep passes out there.
Kenneth Fields' pass is incomplete. 2nd down and 25. handoff goes to the Vista Del Lago running backs, thrown down. That's Tyshawn Lang.
Isaac Solano on the stop there. That was a pretty good read by him.
Tyshawn Lang, the ball carrier, tackled down at the 41-yard line.
Solano had a pretty good game against Canyon Springs. So, sort of the leader back there in the linebacking core, a junior.
Nice throw down the middle. Almost intercepted again.
That went through two sets of hands. The Vista Del Lago receivers first, and it looked like it hit Chris Macedo right in the chest, unless that was Kevin Young. Yeah, I think it was Kevin Young. It hit him right in the chest because he wasn't expecting that ball to go through the receiver's hands.
Keith Fields' pass is incomplete. 4th down.
Well, there again, there's something that Lakeside, again, you can make your adjustments in the film room as Vista Del Lago had a man running open down the seam.
Paul Brandon back to receive the punt, but it goes well short.
Looked like one of the Lakeside defenders may have gotten a hand on that.
Yeah, so the ball's going to be spotted at about the 39-yard line. Vista Del Lago punt goes to the 39-yard line. Be 1st and 10 Lancers.
Can you get an opportunity? Can you announce, like, don't forget to get your 50-50 raffle tickets?
Sure. Can you write something up for me?
Yes, I can. I'll let you know. Actually, I'm going to find out where the total's at right now, and then I'll put that total up, like what the 50-50 is. I'll write it down for you.
Looks like Dylan Baumhoff takes the ball right up the middle, all the way down to the 46-yard line. Dylan Baumhoff, the ball carrier.
It's a great job by Ulysses Gonzalez there. Pulling guard, came around and got a great kick-out block, and Baumhoff read it well, went right inside of that for a big gain.
Ball is spotted at the 46-yard line. 1st and 10 Lancers. Baumhoff goes back to pass, throws down the middle of the field. Dylan Baumhoff pass intended for Isaiah Uridia is incomplete.
Those are those passes that Baumhoff is going to have to hit those in the next several games, because he had Uridia open down the middle of the field, and Uridia could have run for a while, because teams they've got to respect Adrian Burt's ability to run the football, and play action holds the linebackers, and Uridia snuck right in behind the linebackers, and Baumhoff just overshot him. Those are passes that are going to have to get hit.
Adrian Burt takes the handoff to the 45-yard line. Adrian Burt, the ball carrier, tackled at the 45-yard line. Gain of about 8 yards, brings up 3rd down and 9.
So you're looking at a much different situation here, 3rd and 9 versus, you complete that 2nd down pass, maybe that gives you a new set of downs. So now you have to complete the pass, unless Lakeside decides to figure it's 4 down territory and we can get a couple of chunks of 4 and 5 yards. Yep, there comes the bubble screen.
RG Picari takes a Dylan Baumhoff pass inside the 40-yard line down to the 38.
And this will be a manageable 4th down if they decide to go for it, which I think they will.
Dylan Baumhoff pass complete to RJ Picari. Tackle down at the 38-yard line.
Lakeside likes to go to those little bubble screens and slip screens into the boundary there.
4th down and 2.
Get the ball out quick.
Dylan Baumhoff just takes the ball right up the middle. Advances the ball to the 31-yard line of the Ravens.
See, and that's good play calling there, because, again, you think you got Adrian Burt back there. Let's just give him the ball. He can get these 3 yards. Good quarterback counter there. And now we've got a fresh set of downs. Good blocking by Gonzalez and McGuire there, or McGuire, excuse me.
Dylan Bumhoff, the ball carrier. Now Adrian Burt takes a handoff, goes to the right side, up the middle, and then tackled down about the 22-yard line, close to another first down.
Looks like they're going to call it just short.
Yeah, we're going to move him forward.
Oh.
Adrian Burt, the ball carrier, tackled at the 22-yard line, 1st and 10 Lancers. Dylan Baumhoff back, gets sacked in the backfield, taken down about the 35-yard line. Again, Coach, that's what you're talking about. The pressure was coming pretty much on the sides. If he had just stepped up, he would have had a little more time to throw and hit his receiver.
Yeah, Adrian stepped up to the right-hand side, and it looked like a little bit of a slide protection. All the offensive linemen stepped to their right. You could tell center Isaac Salguero had his hand out, kind of directing traffic to his right-hand side, and Baumhoff just kept dropping back and dropping back and dropping back and making the angles easier for those Vista del Lago defenders. Looks like a middle screen set up there for Burt, and Baumhoff just threw it right at his feet. That was a play that could have gone for maybe even first down yardage. He had a convoy in front of him.
Dylan Baumhoff pass is incomplete. 3rd down and 23. Adrian Burt takes a handoff, and he's going to go all the way. Touchdown! Uh-oh. Touchdown, Lakeside Lancers!
I think Adrian just blew a hammy. And that's what you're talking about. You know, you're worried about things like that. He looked like he started to struggle about the 5-yard line, and this could be absolutely devastating for Lakeside. Well, I guarantee his night's done. Hopefully it's not his season. Yeah, he missed a few games last year with a knee, and hopefully this is something that is not. Yeah, he's grabbing at that hamstring. Hopefully it's just a cramp, but if that's a strain, that could. I mean, thankfully we got the bye week coming up, but that could be really bad news.
Yeah, so Adrian's kind of walking gingerly there around the 10-yard line after scoring his 4th touchdown of the game.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they wrap that thing in some ice immediately and have him done for the evening.
Yeah, hopefully it's not too serious.
Yeah, he's got the old peg leg walk going right now. That's definitely a hamstring.
Trying to lay eyes on Adrian and where he is.
He's stopped. He's talking to DC Ed Rayford right now down there on the sideline. He doesn't really seem. The training staff is around him, but they don't. The head trainer is over at her golf cart there. As the extra point gets blocked.
Andres Banda point after touchdown is no good with 6 minutes and 41 seconds remaining in the first half. Vista del Lago 0, your Lakeside Lancers 26. Your attention please, ladies and gentlemen, all Avid students. Avid students, if you have not picked up your Avid t-shirt, again, if you have not picked up your Avid t-shirt, make sure you stop by the tables, the Avid tables, to pick up your free t-shirt. Again, Avid students, please make sure you stop by the Avid table to pick up your Avid t-shirt. You need your ID card to collect your Avid t-shirt. Again, this kind of goes back to what you were talking about, Coach. You know, there's not much more to be gained from a game like this at this point, other than maybe, you know, getting some of your key players injured. You know, what's kind of your read about, you know, we're approaching halftime here. Are we going to get to see some maybe younger players get their opportunity to get into this game and maybe show what they got to offer?
Yeah, I think that'll happen. I mean, that was going to happen regardless, but I think it may happen sooner rather than later. You know, we've got there's just again, there isn't much to be gained here for those key players other than getting some more statistics and maybe picking up an injury.
Mr. Del Lago takes the kickoff out to the 35-yard line. First and 10, Ravens.
This is kind of strange a little bit to me that, I mean, I know Vista del Lago's got the ball now, but I'm just looking at Adrian down there on the sideline, and the training staff isn't even, he doesn't have ice on yet. I'm not 100% sure what's going on, but he looks to be in some considerable discomfort, and I think in his mind he'd love to come back in, but they're just, if you're Coach Chandler, I don't think there's any way.
Tyshawn Lang, the ball carrier, tackled at the 41-yard line. Brings up second down and 4. Again, Tyshawn Lang takes a handoff, but this time he's just pushed back by the Lancer defense.
That's a great job by Lamasatelli holding the edge there. That's as a defensive end, especially the end man on the line of scrimmage. That's your responsibility sometimes is thankless, and you'll have a big offensive lineman coming out at you, but you just gotta anchor down and hold the edge and trust that your linebackers are coming, and that's exactly what happened there.
Tyshawn Lang thrown back by the Lancer defense to the 40-yard line. Brings up third down and 5. Again, the pass is deflected. We got to almost intercepted.
There's Solano again, jumping that out route by the slot receiver there.
Ravens pass is incomplete. Fourth down. All right, so looks like the Ravens are going to get into punt formation. Paul Brandon goes back around the 30-yard line to receive this punt. Caleb Peralta back to kick for the Ravens. Punt goes up and headed toward the sideline and goes out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. Referee is going to spot the ball at the 27-yard line. Ravens punt goes out of bounds at the 27-yard line. First and 10, Lancers. So I guess we're going to see if...
Well, Bert's definitely not coming back in the game right now. He's laying on the field. Now you got a member of the training staff. It looks like trying to massage a hamstring. Maybe it was a cramp and not a... I mean, it is a little chilly out there, and Adrian was trying to find another gear there to turn on the jets to get to the end zone. But yeah, again, if I'm Coach Chandler, there's no way he sees the field again. It's unnecessary at this point. And there's Chris Macedo in the backfield.
Dylan Baumhoff takes a handoff to the right side. Tackled about the 29-yard line. Dylan Baumhoff, the ball carrier, tackled at the 29-yard line. Gain of 2 yards on the play. Looks like they're backing up. Is there a penalty flag? I can't quite see.
Yeah, there was a flag on the play, but it came in late, and I wasn't sure what the issue was.
Looks like a holding call, possibly.
Yeah.
Actually, they're going in the 15-yard variety here.
That was interesting. I couldn't really tell the signal there from the official, but they definitely marked off. Well, not quite 15.
Yeah, so it might be a spot foul situation. So at any rate, the ball
penalty
is spotted at the 15-yard line of the Lancers. Penalty flag is against the Lancers. Ball is spotted at the 15. That's Chris Macedo.
Yeah.
Chris Macedo on the handoff. Handoff goes to Chris Macedo.
He's a totally different type of runner than Adrian. He's a quick, kind of a little scat back type of a runner. Smaller, still pretty capable, but a much different type of a runner.
It's like a short gain on the play. Penalty flag on the play. Looks like we got offsides against the defense. Flag is against the Ravens for offsides. Ball is spotted at the 21-yard line. Dylan Baumhoff passes complete to R.J. Pucari. He's dancing around. Another penalty flag comes down. And another penalty flag comes down.
That one came in way late from the side judge, way over on the other side of the field. So he had to have seen something maybe happening away from the play in order to throw that thing from way over here. So that's one of those things, that's a block in the back, and that had to have been on a receiver out there, because when Lakeside throws those slip screens, they are really slow developing, and typically those plays are designed to hit and hit quickly. But it takes Baumhoff a while to get the ball out there, which then causes receivers to have to engage for a longer period of time, and those DBs start moving around, you stay engaged, you're going to end up pushing in the back a lot of the time, and that's another huge penalty.
Penalty is against the Lancers. Ball will be spotted at the 5-yard line.
Don't have a whole lot of plays in the playbook for 2nd and 32.
Dylan Baumhoff takes the ball up to the left side. Gets around the defense to the 23-yard line and out of bounds. Dylan Baumhoff, the ball carrier, tackled at the 23-yard line. Gain of 18 yards in the play. Yeah, you don't have too many plays for second down and 32, but an 18-yard gain.
Well, that'll help eat into it a little bit. And again, if I'm, this is one of those opportunities that you try and see if you can complete a pass down the field. I mean, you don't need to go for it all, but you can complete those little bubble screens.
Dylan Bumhoff pass is incomplete.
They were trying to set up a middle screen there to Macedo there, but it's the offensive line didn't hold their blocks quite long enough before shedding them to get out in front of Macedo. That ball got batted down at the line of scrimmage.
So when you have a sophomore quarterback like that, he's just kind of trying to feel his way around, being more efficient in the passing game. I mean, how hard is that transition to say, hey, look, I know the defense is coming after you, but you just got to step up and make a throw.
Well, I mean, it's tough. There's no two ways about that. The thing that you run into, though, is you've got to have the ability to at least have a threat of some form of downfield passing, not necessarily vertical passing where you're going very deep, but you've got to have the ability to do things other than screens. Otherwise, you're just not going to be a threat, and teams that are better will make you pay for that.
Lancing punt goes out to the 45-yard line. Ravens take over 1st and 10. So based on that first drive without Adrian Burt, you can kind of see the difference in this football team with number 11 in the backfield.
Well, another thing that I noticed too is that center Isaac Salguero was off the field for that particular series, so that caused a lot of shuffling on the offensive line. And when you start messing with the offensive line, there you're going to come into other problems.
Vista del Lago pass is incomplete. Broken up by number 10, Isaiah Uridia.
I think that was Kevin Young out there in defense.
Kevin Young on the defense. Second down and 10. Be interesting to see on a short field with Vista del Lago having an opportunity to maybe cut into this Lancer lead a little bit. Kenneth Fields' pass is incomplete. Third down and 10. Penalty flag on the play. It's like we got several flags out there.
Sometimes I wonder if they see one of their other officials throw a flag, if they just throw one because they want to join the party.
Yeah, it could be.
The umpire threw a flag there, or the back judge threw the flag there, excuse me, and the line judge on the other side threw it, and he looked right at the back judge like, "Hey, what'd you call? You want to know what I saw? Let's talk about it."
Yeah, so apparently these referees went to the Department of Redundancy Department for their training on refereeing.
Sounds like reading congressional briefings, redundancy.
Yep.
But in any event, they saw something to give Vista del Lago what looks to be a first down. Or not, as they go back the other direction now.
This is fantastic, Coach. I can't tell you how much I've enjoyed these 2 games that we broadcast. Just kind of. This is what high school football is all about, right?
We're not on a network or anything anywhere. I think I probably would have been fired already. So it is a first down after all, huh?
Yeah, so it looks like we're lining up at the 29-yard line. Ravens get the ball at the 29-yard line, 1st and 10. Kenneth Fields' pass is complete to number 81. Correction, number 82, Gabriel Hidalgo. Gain of 8 yards in the play brings up 2nd down and 2. And the pass is intercepted.
Young man's having himself a decent little football game. That's the second time that Kevin Young's had an opportunity to make a play on a ball. He had the first one hit him in the chest, went right through the receiver's hands, and that one he didn't miss.
Ball is intercepted by the Lancers.
Tell you what, that Young almost got pushed into a golf cart again. Those things have no business being down there. They're too close to the field of play, and they're not even doing anything. They're just, you got non-football personnel just sitting in them.
Hey, you got to get those golf carts off the sideline, man. That's almost the second time that we've had players run into those golf carts. Alrighty. Yeah, you guys got to get those out of there, man. All right, talk to you later. Yeah. Penalty flag on the play. All right.
I think we're going to get a hold on Lakeside there. Isaac Solano looked like he had a good block, but he did have his hands in the wrong spot. Anytime you get your hands outside of the frame of the body, get them out in that shoulder area, it's going to be easier for an official to call a hold. But for me, that didn't look like a hold. That looked like a good block with poor hand placement. But I'm not throwing the laundry.
So the ball's spotted at the 16-yard line. Baumhoff takes the snap back and he starts heading down the right side of the field. Tackled about the 30-yard line. Nice little chunk ripped off there by the quarterback. Dylan Baumhoff, the ball carrier, tackled at the 30-yard line.
I think Lakeside's going to be content just to run a few plays and get this one to halftime.
Now, Coach, something I'm excited to see is that at halftime we're going to get to see the Lakeside Lancer Regiment.
Oh, you got to be kidding me. Chris Macedo took the handoff there from Baumhoff, reversed his field, and Baumhoff stepped up and laid out a defensive lineman from Vista del Lago. And the white hat threw a flag on him, saying that he led with the crown of his helmet. And Baumhoff would have had to lower his entire body in order to do that because he was taller than the kid that he just laid out.
All right, so the Lancers get pushed back all the way to the 13-yard line. 2nd down and long. Penalty is against the Lancers. Ball is spotted at the 13-yard line. Dylan Baumhoff hands off to Chris Macedo, who's driven backward by the Vista del Lago defense.
I tell you what, I think, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to minimize the fact that Adrian's not in there, but when they took the senior Isaac Salguero out, it looks like he's sitting on the training table over here. When they took him out at center, that forced Wyatt Steele to move down into the center position, which causes a new player to come in on the offensive line. And I've noticed a complete change in the offensive line play because of the domino effect that moving Salguero out of there has caused. I guess that'll be something they'll have to look at the half now as we go to halftime.
At the end of the first half, Vista del Lago 0, your Lakeside Lancers 26.